I'll say this: last year in the playoffs, they had these Gatorade bottles up here, and I started drinking from them. And I was told that they were there for like display. So, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I thought it was a great win. Obviously, it's for us being down 2-0, to keep ourselves alive here and get the first win at home was important. And we got a quick turnaround. I'll say in the game, I mean, you look at our numbers in terms of what we shot from the field, what we shot from the three-point line. The thing that we've got to really, really try to solve here as a team is the free throw line, just the discrepancy there. And, they get an enormous amount of free throws on what I would consider like they're not even like really active shooting fouls, even though they're in the act of shooting. It's just kind of like behind screens and just raise up. And I wouldn't say it's not a natural motion. And we've spent a lot of time trying to work to not foul, and it's been a challenge. But again, tonight the number of free throws is something that we've got to find a way to solve, and we've done a lot of different things the last 2 days going into the series, 2 days after game one. But we got to find a solution because it's really it's a huge advantage for them in a lot of ways.
For Coach.
Thought on the end there where you take the foul with 8.8 seconds, just kind of your thought process with them still having the timeout, and obviously it can go either way, and you probably wanted to make your free throw when you got free throws.
Yeah, I mean, more than anything else in that situation, because they were dribbling up, I was a little bit concerned where Harden was. I think Russell did a great job yelling to Andre, and he was able to kind of get to Harden as the ball was kind of rolling up to buy some time. I thought it was the right thing to do there, because now you're dealing with, a potential tie game or giving him the opportunity to do that. He made all three and cut it to one, and we were able to get the ball in bounds and get fouled. It worked out well for us in terms of the foul. I thought the foul was important because, the last shot of the game, he took a three. You don't foul in that situation. You missed it. You're giving him two chances at the three-point line, and we were fortunate the way it worked out.
Billy. Hey. Yeah. Oh, Fred Katz, Norman transcript. Russell last game, 43, 44 shots, and I know throughout the regular season you said a couple of times that you called a couple of performances for him unsustainable for the offense throughout the year, and I'm wondering if what you thought about that last game contrasted to this one, and just the number of threes being down, the early distribution was something you guys had talked about or planned coming into the game.
Yeah, I all that is just a credit to Russell. I enjoy being around him. I like working with him. I like coaching him because I think that he's very, very honest. He's genuine, and he's very straightforward and honest. And I think every single time he plays, at some point in time after the game's over, he's going to evaluate, look at, and find ways to get better. And he took, I think, game two, where. Again, like I said after the game, I got an enormous amount of trust in him. I got enormous confidence in him because of his preparation and the work that he does. I thought he was unbelievable tonight, the way he played from start to finish. He was great. He got guys shots. He took advantage of switches when they switched. He did a lot of different things. He found, McDermott. He found Abrinas. He found Gibson. He did a lot of different things. He played an exceptional game. But I never ever fault a guy for in the heat of the moment, always going for it and trying to go win. I think his greatest attribute and strength is that he's a great competitor that goes after it, and he's never walking out of the game saying, I played a little timid and I should have been a little more aggressive. Like, he's never doing that, but he's continually, in my opinion, evolves, grows, and learns because of his preparation.
Over here.
Alex Roy, DailyThunder.com. Coach, in the beginning of the second half, whenever Houston made their run and they went up by 2, you took that timeout. Can you give us any insight into maybe what you said during that timeout, and maybe that's what caused them to go ahead and go on their run when they came back in?
Yeah, I think just trying to break momentum. We were fortunate that we were able to make some baskets and make some shots. We didn't start the quarter great, but I didn't think it was because of, focus or concentration as much as it was. We missed some shots. We got the ball to Taj Gibson inside. He missed a shot. We got good looks. The ball just didn't go in the basket, and they started off hot and made some shots and, dug right into our lead pretty quickly. But I think just the stoppage of play, I think Victor maybe came off. We ran an ATO play for him, and he came off and made a mid-range jump shot that kind of got us going, and some good things happened after that.
Jenny Dial-Creech from the Houston Chronicle. You had a much more complete game all around from
Yep.
your players tonight. What was the biggest difference that they were able to get going?
Yeah, I think that we've gotten better from game to game. This is a team that offensively is obviously really, really hard to guard. I mean, for the first time in the series, they played Anderson at the center spot and played 4 guards around him. So they've had 5 3-point shooters out there. Obviously Harden with the ball and his ability to score and play make. Lou Williams got off to a great start in the first half. They're a team that, offensively can go on these incredible runs and really make a lot of shots. I've really felt from game 1 to game 2 to game 3, we've gotten better. We've improved. And I think with a young group of guys, some of them going through it the first time, I think they've been able to get better, from these experiences. And I think you can never take away the fact that both of these teams, when you're seeing each other as much as we have, this is the 3rd time and Sunday will be the 4th, there's incredible familiarity. And, you always are able to handle and defend and do things better. You hope you can from game to game. But I feel like we've gotten better every game in different areas that we've needed to. And, listen, they're a really, really good team. And, I don't know how Mike feels like they played. They obviously didn't shoot it great from 3 like they normally do. They still, scored 113 points. And you look down at the stat sheet at our numbers, I mean, besides the free throw line, you would think that we would have won going away. So, we've got to play at a very, very high level on both ends of the floor. But to your point, I thought that this was a game where we had stamina and we had moments we weren't great, and that's going to happen. But I thought we had stamina and kind of we stuck with it for the full 48.
Coach Glenn Brockenbush, Lawton Constitution. Taj Gibson, obviously big game tonight, 20 points, and despite the I believe only 2 rebounds, played exceptional defense, often was switching on to Harden. Was that something that you guys talked about going into the game?
Yeah, we're trying to give him different looks, just as they're trying to give Russell different looks. I think giving him the same look all the time. So sometimes switching, and we trapped a little bit last game. Just trying to do different things. Taj is a very versatile defender. It was great for him to get off to the start that he got off to in the first quarter. But he helps us. He can play post defense. He can move his feet on the perimeter. He's got length. He's very, very disciplined. He's been in the league for a while. He's experienced. So it's great having him out there, and I thought he played very, very well tonight.
Very last one.
Barry Trim with the Oklahoman. Billy, it seemed like you made a clear decision to go more offense than maybe you had been. Cole instead of Christian. Abrinas and McDermott together some. Ennis more, Adams less. Was that a conscious decision? Was that a game plan? Was that the way the game developed? What was your thought?
Well, you go through these ebbs and flows. So if we go back to, I think it was maybe March 26th, the last time we played in the regular season, we got banged for 23s on 39 attempts. So you go in saying, okay, we got to really, really guard. And in game 1, we kind of go in through game 1 and, we did a good job at the 3-point line, did a really good job in transition. But the bottom line is we scored 88 points. Okay, so now you're trying to figure, okay, how do we get a little bit more? So we used Kyle, we used Doug, Alex, in game 2, and we scored more points. I think we had 68 in the first half, but the last 2 games of the series, we haven't scored well in the second half. So there's a balance, Barry, between just trying to go all defense or all offense, where you can kind of inject some scoring in there, but you also, they create very, very difficult matchups, especially when they move Anderson to the 5. So I think trying to find that balance, is what you're looking for. And I thought there was an opportunity for us in the first half and a little bit in that second half to kind of use Doug and Alex together with Russell on the floor, and maybe gave him a little bit more space to play and penetrate and create and get guys shots.